today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. Vikings taking on the Washington Commanders.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here are the Commanders making their way out. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 19 carries, 76 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Robinson. Fighting through. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Down to about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. On play action, they'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time. But now it's 1st and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Flushed out right. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. T. Higgins. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
McCarthy now on 1st down. Complete. Jefferson. And right away, he lost the football. And it's Washington. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Throwing is McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Looking to throw McCarthy. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. A 1st carry for Tyler Algier. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Pass taken in. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Now here's a throw, and I think the ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. In our stat pack every week, there's 2 columns for fumbles. FF for forced fumble, FR for fumble recovered. He's got the FR going. He recovered 2 last week and another one now.
And I know the FF guy, the guy who forced the fumble, is going to get major kudos for knocking the ball free. But it doesn't really matter if you don't have the FR guy coming in, swooping in, and getting the ball. That means he's around the football, able to make a play.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And there's not a quarterback in the league that will ever complain about having small receivers like a Tyreek Hill or a Cooper Kupp who can find a seam, have good vision, and get open. But when you're throwing downfield like this, you want a big, tall receiver who can go above the rim, or if you're a volleyball fan, above the net and get it.
Here's 2nd and 7. Staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here now a 3rd and 20. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Rolling to his left. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
More the motion man right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he powers his way up past the 30. Here's a 2nd and 5. To the air with McCarthy. Slant route to Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now McCarthy. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll make it 3rd down. You talk about this Washington defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively, because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Over the middle, complete. That's more. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 15-yard line. Algier now up the middle. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they went backwards for the safety last time they had it. Fortunately, they get the ball back on the turnover, and now they'll begin with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Forced out to his left. And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. McCarthy operating from the gun. He's got the connection to Moore. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy going underneath. He's got Hockenson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Algier going straight ahead. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. 2nd and 10. Algier with another carry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The 2nd down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Pushing his way through. And now off to the races down the right side. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. A little juke. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Partner, how he managed to get positive yardage out of that run, I have no idea. But a little juking, a little moving, got it done.
Got him 2 yards. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Back to throw. McCarthy. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Throwing on 2nd down, McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. 39 yards there, a big one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. Throwing again, McCarthy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now a first carry for their fullback. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it with Algier. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyler Algier, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Robinson with another carry. Pushing through the contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington first down. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he is out of bounds. Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call. And he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. They run on first down with Jackson. Down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he barely gets it out of the end zone to the 1. What a disaster. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 64 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And quickly they get to the line. On the draw, here's Jackson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On the draw, it's Jackson. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start with an NFC East battle and a classic one, New York and Philadelphia. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. Jalen Hurts has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Anthony Richardson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. In that game, all square as they take on the visiting Cowboys. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result. And that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the give, here comes Jackson. No, fighting off the defender. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Shakes him, but now he's swamped. Up and taken down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now McCarthy throwing on first down. That pass complete to Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. That's thrown underneath to Algier. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff to Algier. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
McCarthy off the play fake. Escapes the sack. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Algier will try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise I knew it was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Back to throw. McCarthy. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. So here is Washington now to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week. And they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the... You want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. Robinson up the middle. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Jefferson moving in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 45 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. McCarthy to throw on first and 10. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Back to throw. McCarthy. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
McCarthy to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw again. Dumps this one off to Algier. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run the jet sweep. Dotson. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently 2nd in the league in first downs, and they pick up 1 here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A gain of 4 last play. double that here and get 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain an 18-point lead.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Moore, the man in motion.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now here's a throw that's complete.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Fulton. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. And the Washington offense going back to work. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They'll set up to throw.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy, he finds his man, complete. That's more. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. McCarthy, pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
McCarthy going to throw again.
He finds his man, complete. It's McDonald. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of...
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle, that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
A great play there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big two-point conversion attempt.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it.
Complete at the 1. But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Now a give. It's Jackson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
Washington going to send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over first and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
On second down, it's McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
3rd and 2. Throwing is McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On play action, now McCarthy. He's got this to Algier.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. Looking to throw McCarthy. A short throw there to Strange.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. McCarthy, 3rd and short yardage.
And this is caught. He hits more.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Robinson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Sliding out of the pocket.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Touchdown, Washington.
T. Higgins.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Commanders use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. McCarthy now on first down. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. To the air with McCarthy. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Jefferson going to go in motion right. A fake on the jet sweep and a give to Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here now, third and a yard. Now McCarthy. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. This one complete to Gresham. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down, McCarthy. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Moore, the motion man. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Here now, 2nd and goal. Dobbins. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he is going to be taken down. They got him, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Touchdown, Vikings. Britton Strange, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a three-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now Washington down by a field goal, just under 2 minutes to go. And no other way to say it, they have blown a big lead, but a chance to rescue things late. Back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
Here we go. This is 4th down. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. Nifty move. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Clock at 30 seconds. 2nd and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Vikings, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.